But never once does anybody ever talk about that one key question. Why do we have wars? You know, it would be very simple. You take a book like Catch-22, which is another one of these one of these polemics to prove that war is bad. We know that, Mr. Heller. But what brings up the Hitlers? That's a more interesting question, really, in a way. That I doubt whether there would have been so much action in World War II if there hadn't been a Hitler. I don't think the bombs caused Hitler. I don't think the silly Air Force caused Hitler. There's a little more to it than that. What caused that thing to come about? What was in it? Now, I don't know. You know, I have in my own mind, I have no other feeling other than that we're often and constantly and continually missing the point. It's funny how we are, perhaps this is part of the unreality of this time. I don't think a few years ago people had as many naive assumptions about mankind as they have now. And I'm not saying the old days were better, but people assumed that there was evil in everyone. You remember those days, Tony? Yeah, people just assumed that. Today we don't do that. We assume there is evil in some people. That's a dangerous assumption too, you know. It leads to a lot of gunplay. It leads to a lot of things which are not necessarily part and parcel of the end or the aim that most of these people are continually aiming towards. I don't know. I'm just curious what it is. Here we're all sitting around here. We're sitting around here. We're sitting here, all of us, at just a little bit before midnight. All of us just sitting here. And I wonder how many of us ever really think about what we are. I mean, I'm not talking about what your name is, where you live, what town you live in, what job you have. Have you ever thought about man paralleled with and spread-eagled on the entire panoply of nature itself? The giraffes, the apes, the minnows, the frogs, the lizards. What a fascinating creature we are. We really are. We're the only one. Look at me. I'm sitting here now on some kind of a rock talking to some other creatures about myself and about you. I don't think that the toads do this. We really are an interesting creature. And I think we are probably the most, on the one hand, of course, how are you going to define danger? How are you going to find good? I suggest you just keep your knees loose and occasionally sharpen your fingernails. You know, just get a little workout.